it's Chantel with Wild Berry Quilting, and today we are going to be talking about how I kit things up when I'm starting a new cross stitch. So let's get started. All right, so these are some of the things that I start out with. I've gone through my stash of flosses and I've pulled out the ones that I've already got prepped and were on my floss drops. Now, normally I would not take these off of my rings, but I did for the sake of the video so you guys could more easily see how I kit this up. And then these are some other flosses I bought for this project that I have not gotten prepped on my floss drops yet. Now, although I store my floss on floss drops, I do not stitch from floss drops. I actually have started stitching from these. I also have a friction erasable pen, my thread snips, and this is the little insert that goes in here to tell you what everything is. Now I go through and I look at the different flosses that I need and what the different symbols are. And I will actually draw those symbols onto this little card. First, I have this little gumdrop shape. Just fill that in. And we've got pie. Now, the wonderful thing about using the friction pens is that if you make a mistake somewhere, it's very simple to just go back and erase it and draw it back on there. This is also fantastic because they usually give you just maybe 4 or 5 of these little inserts, so you can reuse them as many times as you need, or at least until they get pretty beat up before having to replace it for a new one. And they are two-sided, so next time I use this, I will be erasing these ones and putting in the next ones. Now, we just go through and slide it in to this and line it up. And I find this extremely useful and much easier to work from because I can just look at what, I don't want to show you the whole pattern because I don't own rights to it, but I can just look at what the symbol is in the chart and work directly from the symbols as opposed to finding the symbol and then flipping back to here and figuring out what number that is. So this just makes it a lot easier because it removes one of the steps. Then I'll go through and I will find out what I need to add. So 3865 is the square. I can just pull one of these off and attach it to where my square is at. Just like this. And this holds it in place really nicely, and I can just pick up a single thread and pull it out without it getting knotted. So let's go through and fill in the rest of this. All right, so I'm all kitted up here for the most part. I have 3 colors that I did not realize I was missing. So I just wrote those down on a Post-it note, and now I know that I need to pick these up the next time I go out. Now with these, I like to very lightly braid them so that they don't get tangled. And you don't have to worry, you can still pull your thread out very easily as long as your braid does not get isn't very tight. So I will lay it out like this and just braid while laying flat. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And I don't even use anything to hold it together at the end. I just kind of run my fingers across them so that it wants to stay together. And then I'll go through and I will do the same thing on the other side. And these braids may not be perfectly equal. If you have more thread in one spot than another, that's not really a big deal. We just want something kind of general. And again, we're just going very loose. And run our fingers across. And sometimes I may decide to braid this over again once I've used up quite a bit of the threads. These will kind of get a little bit warbly and I'll want to re-braid. So if I want to pull a thread out, I don't have to unbraid all of this. I can just pick up a thread with my needle and pull it like that. And the thing I like about this is that you don't get any kind of curling or kinking in your thread at all. It just stays nice and flat. And everything stays in place here as well. And if you wanted to, you could also leave a gap between these so that you could put your extra threads on the space beside it. Which maybe if I remember next time, I will do that. Okay, so that is the first step to kitting up my stuff. Next, you want to have some kind of a bag or a project box to keep everything in. And you can very easily take your fabric and put it in there, your kitted up thread, and stick that in there. I've got my thread wax, which I actually put these together myself. I'm really excited about those. If you want to know more about that, let me know and I'll do a video on those as well. This is just the extension for my Q-snap. Since my Q-snap's in the other room, I'm just going to use this to show you that it fits in the project bag as well. And of course, your thread snips. And then and don't forget your needles. And then you're all kitted up and ready to take this with you wherever you need. It's all in one spot. Alright guys, so that's how I kit everything up. I hope this video was helpful. Please remember to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!